I have one objective for this reporter blocks lesson, and that is the student will be able to create reporter blocks to find the absolute value of two numbers and the square of a number. So this lesson is all about Scratch, and the students will be making their own block. A reporter block is it's basically a block that does a calculation. So the two examples they'll do in class is they'll make an absolute value block where you give it two values and it tells you what the absolute value is. And they'll make a square block, which just takes a number and squares it. Some of the things they'll be doing in the assignment include other calculations, things like this block represents an equation, put in x and the block will tell you what y is. Calculations like that. The standard is 531, use abstraction to manage complexity in programs, and more specifically this is substandard F. Parameters generalize the solution by allowing a function to be used instead of duplicated code. So the whole idea of building our own blocks is that instead of, doing x times x over and over and over, we can just have one block that does the square. Or for more complicated problems, instead of rewriting the equation 50 times, we can just have a block that is the equation, and we can just use that block over and over. So it's all about simplifying code, finding things that we have to do repeatedly, and turning those functions into blocks. Just a little background. Students already learned the command block. A command block is a block that does some action. The ones we did was we had like a draw square block, we had a draw polygon, draw figure eight, draw loops. So the command block does something. In this lesson they're going to make reporter blocks, and those calculate something, like I was saying. This lesson is unique because it's self-guided. I'm going to have a sub on this day, but the sub has never taught computer science, and also it's a distance learning class, and I don't want her to have to deal with logging in and making sure everyone at the other schools is logged in, so I'm just going to give the students the presentation basically and have them go through it themselves. So the reason I included this lesson in the project is because it has a couple examples of differentiation, which I explained down below. Basically two main ideas I talked about. The first is that since it's a self-guided lesson, they can move at their own pace, and also the assignment has some choice elements to it, and those are both described down below.